And we're doing Lolah's hair again. We're doing Lolah's hair detangling. Now, y'all, you got to forgive me. For some reason, I just feel compelled to sing nearly everything I say. But we're really doing Lolah's hair. Thank goodness, because she's definitely got to the age where she is not wanting her hair done. Okay, it hurts her, bothers her. The only solution is to avoid it. So it is 2 days, okay, before Christmas, and I know you can't tell because the background is not Christmasified. This was recorded before Christmas, before we decorated, okay, but it's still, Christmas, it's still what time it is. Okay, so if you want to see what I used to wash her hair and how I did it, go see the other video. The process hasn't changed. It's the exact same. And then here we are after the drama, because hair wash day for Lolah is very much dramatic. Okay, but I saved you all of that and it's done. The fun part begins now. So look at this big old bun on top of her little bitty head. She has so much hair, dude. And I just know how my mama felt back in the day. When she would have to do mine, she would feel the same way because, well, she didn't have cool devices like the rev'd, okay? But she would have loved it. The rev'd definitely takes like 75% of the work out of the process. You get your hair, depending on your hair type, your hair texture, the thickness, the coarseness, you can get it from wet and curly to dry and straight in literally no time at all. And it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's so fast. I love it so much. If you can't tell, it is my favorite. And so as we were doing her hair, I was just looking at it and I was just, why am I so on to this rev'd? Because let me explain. My daughters, both of them, have extremely fine hair, okay? I have coarse hair. And so this is just my little spiel on the difference between fine hair versus coarse hair, because I think people just assume if you have wild, crazy, frizzy hair, it's all coarse. That's not true. A lot of people with curly hair have very, very fine hair. And this just pertains to the actual hair strand itself. You got me? So for a really thin piece of hair, it's just gonna look like, but coarse hair is very thick. The hair strand itself is very, very thick, right? And it's easier to detangle because of how thick it is. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine a pool noodle, okay? Imagine you try and tie it up into a knot. You will easily be able to unknot it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so thick, it's so fat. But if you take like a ribbon and you knot that up, that's where the fine hair sits. It's extremely thin. So if you get a knot in it, you get a knot in it. You have to be very careful with fine hair. It is very fragile. Whereas coarse hair can take a beating. You know what I'm saying? It can take a little extra heat. It could take being up in some braids. It could take a little extra. It could just endure a lot of what life brings to it a little bit better than fine hair strands. Okay, so that's all that this is. This is just me describing a thin, skinny, fine hair that's very curly and it's hard to detangle. It's hard to detangle because it's like, soon as you get it detangled, you're detangling it some more. Anyways, let's proceed. So it took me, this is completely sped up, but it took me 12 minutes to rev one half of her hair. You're not going to see me rev the whole thing because that's excessive and it's just repetitive. You get the point. You know what I'm saying? To assist me, okay, in my task at hand, I will be using 2 products, just 2. Well, I guess 3 by the time it's all said and done. But while I'm revving, I'm only going to be using 2 products. The less, the better. Redken's All Soft Leave-In Conditioner. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm going to, of course, spritz in some heat protectant spray. It's the Tresemme heat protectant spray, which I'm doing research on heat protectant, and I'm like that close to just switching over to the Chi heat protectant spray. I just haven't done it yet because I'm really stuck in my I love what I love, and I still love this. It's always worked for my hair, but I did watch I watched something. It was a short maybe, and she was like spraying receipts to see which heat protectant worked best. Anyway, we're not going to go into that right now. These are the products that I used, and I quickly detangled. Remember, this was already detangled, so what you're seeing is previously detangled hair, right? And it still needed to be detangled again. And that's my point with very fine, curly hair. You're just spending so much time detangling it. And this is why I bother with the rev'd, especially for Lolah, because she's got so much hair. It's so long. It's super thick. It's super beautiful. And so I want to protect it as much. I don't want to have to detangle it every day. That'll be a lot of breakage. You know what I mean? So I'm going to rev it up, get it pulled straight, get them curls loosened without damaging them. Okay, this is why I love the rev'd, because this is not going to damage the hair at all. It is not. And if you have a child, or if you yourself have very fine hair, very curly hair, why don't you have the rev'd? Aside from it being, a pocket investment, it's worth it. It's worth every single penny, especially if you know the struggle of constant detangling and pulling and it hurts, okay? It does hurt. So do your child and do your wrists, do yourself a favor this holiday season, or whatever birthday, or whatever, anniversary, whatever it is. Grab the rev'd. Why are you waiting so long? It's totally worth it. It does exactly what it's supposed to. Look, y'all, I don't even remember how long it took. I just know that all of these sections on this side took me like 12 and a half to 13 minutes to completely rev'd. It was amazing. And it's so fun to do, okay? She could do it herself if she wanted to, but she doesn't. It's very loud, the machine. It's like a blow dryer. It's loud, right? She don't like it. So I do it for her, and I have a great time doing it, so I don't mind. It's usually about this point in the process that I start contemplating what style to put up for her. And I knew like Christmas was coming up, and we had already discussed it. Like I wanted to give her like Christmas tree hair because I saw a stylist on YouTube, and it was super, super cute and very festive. And we've been in the festive spirit this year. I wanted to give her Christmas tree hair. She really wanted it. She did ask for it. But after the washing, the detangling, all of it, after everything, she was done. She wasn't in the mood for it anymore, and she didn't bring it up, and I didn't bring it up because I'm thinking she was just tapped out. But I wanted to do her some Christmas tree hair, but we didn't end up doing it. Really just ended up just giving her some simple braids that she really enjoys. Her ponytails, it's the phase that she's in, which I'm happy because I know once she moves out of that phase and then she starts asking me if I can straighten her hair or if I can give her braids or give her some twists, I know I'm gonna be sad because I am already, okay, with my little hands, my little wrists are already hurting trying to keep up with her hair and now the baby's hair, and of course still keeping up with my hair. It's a lot, okay? So I'm just keeping my hair straight for the season until it gets a little warmer outside. And then I'm going to have to figure out what to do because there's no way I can do all that I do and manage her hair and my hair in a curly state. But I'm thinking about it. I'm still waiting for a miracle or something. Sheesh, like something has to happen. I need more time in my day to be able to take care of her, me, and my daughter's hair. And I'm gonna figure it out, but for what it is, the youngest one, she's still a baby, her hair's still relatively easy. And I'm thinking as she even gets older, it's not gonna change too much, aside from it might being a task to detangle, because her hair is even finer than Lolah's hair. Okay, Leia has extremely fine hair. And I just know it's gonna be a thing. It's very fragile too, so it's not really something I can do too much yanking and tugging and pulling. But that's a fight for another day. Let's just stay on task and get Lolah's hair done. Okay, so you guys tell me, how's your holiday season going? Have you done any shopping? Like I said, it's 2 days before Christmas. So if you've done no shopping, tisk, but not too much tisking, because we just did a little bit of shopping yesterday, and that was the 22nd, all Amazon. Our girls are really small. You know what I'm saying? They're really young. So shopping for them is not at the point to where it's so complicated yet. It's very simple for them right now, and that's amazing. That's good. I do wish we started shopping for them long time ago, but this is the first year we're doing it. For whatever reasons, this is just our first year, and I am excited, but I'm also a little nervous because it seems like there's a lot going on, like holiday times. And so there's like family get-togethers for this and that, and my girls are allergic to everything and like every animal, so I can't take them anywhere without, somebody wheezing, somebody puffing up, somebody turning red and coughing, or eating the wrong thing. We literally just had to rush the baby to the ER last weekend because she reacted bad to something. It was nothing she ate, but it was something that she was exposed to. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, hair is done. Hair is rev'd. I'm going to go do the other side off camera. And now everything is done. And now I'm just going to grab some avocado oil. That's it. This is my favorite oil. It's the only oil I'm using currently for like a few years now. I love avocado oil. It's so softening. It handles the heat in case you want to heat style. It's gonna, it can handle it. And it's just really good with like the scalp. It's an amazing oil. You guys should try it. Her hair was so soft and so fluffy at this point. I don't know if you can tell how soft it was, but it was so soft. I want to give her a little trim on the ends, but I'm not sure she necessarily needs it. It looks like she needs it, like she's never had one since ever. So if I gave her one, it would be the first time. But anyways, I'm just gonna throw a little bit of the oil on, especially on her ends. Rub it in really nicely, and then ultimately just decided again just to give her a couple braids. I was just gonna give her some cinnamon buns, but I didn't end up giving them to her. She doesn't request her cinnamon buns much anymore, and it makes me a little sad, but not too sad, because she's growing up and she did wear cinnamon buns a lot, kindergarten and first grade. So I guess her rejection for the cinnamon buns is just a step in her growing and her aging, and I love that. It's good for her, and it's good for me to see it too, So she told me she didn't want the cinnamon buns, so I was like, all right, smooth this down for nothing. And I ended up just piecing it out so I can get ready to do a French braid to the back. We're good. We're good. And we are done with the hair. Turn around. Just 2 French braids.